everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today's video we are going to talk about fall fashion trends for 2021, and this is focusing on fall winter. And I know it is still a little bit early, but also not really, because it is August, and so a lot of stores are going to be starting to put out their fall styles soon. A lot of them have already, and also these trends have already been debuted in the fashion shows months ago. So we're just preparing ourselves. It doesn't mean we're saying goodbye to summer just yet. I, for one, definitely am not. I love summer, but it is exciting to think about what's to come next, and what's the next thing to get excited about in fashion. And for this video, we are actually going to make it very fashion, because I'm going to be focusing on the Vogue Runway app, which is the source of my trends, and then also we're going to be looking at the collections from fall 2021 ready to wear. So before we jump into this, I just want to tell you what the Vogue Runway app is. It's another little industry secret. Okay, so the app looks like this one here. It's this black square and it says Runway. You open it, you have some models. I believe that was from the Versace collection. Alright, so what the app is it shows you all of the images of all of the designers' collections from their fashion shows or their presentations. It has couture, ready to wear, everything, and it's organized very nicely. You can easily click to see either designers, so you can search by the actual designer and you can view all of their collections, whether it's fall, winter, spring, summer, resort, etc. Or you can click on seasons and you can see, is it 2021 couture? Is it 1999 menswear? I mean, they have everything in here. So I just filtered to 2021 ready to wear, because that is going to be the most applicable for the everyday girl. I say the Runway app is an industry secret. It's not really, but from editors to interns, everyone in fashion references this app. When I was an intern in fashion, I interned at Escada. We put our collection up on here, and I would reference this app frequently when I was working with editors to send them looks for their fashion stories. So if it was 10 dresses for summer, or we're doing sporty looks or something, I would go into the closet, decide on what fit the description best, and I would pull the looks and mail them to them. We would have, what was it called? It was like a courier, or there's a specific word for it, but we would have them, like someone actually come pick them up and then bring them to the, say if it was the Hearst offices, the Condé Nast offices, which is where like Vogue, Cosmopolitan, Teen Vogue, Vanity Fair, Harper's Bazaar, everybody worked. And yeah, so it's just like a cool way. But as a note, even though these are ready to wear, some of the images that I'm going to show you are still very fashiony. But the point is that just looking at the overall trends, and that they all trickle down. It's like that quote in The Devil Wears Prada where she is like, you pulled it from a pile of fluff, and like she's going through the whole kind of like process of like, no, it starts on the runway and then it goes to the streets and it just trickles down. So that's what we're going to focus on today. And then lastly, just to give you some confidence in my ability to talk about these trends with you, is that I have worked in the fashion and luxury space for about 6 or 7 years in both PR and marketing. I've worked with brands such as LVMH, which is the Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy brand. I did marketing for Saks Fifth Avenue, Saks Off Fifth, and Lord & Taylor, which obviously have tons of designer brands under them. And then there's a ton of other brands that I'm working with right now, but I don't want to name them because I'm not sure that I'm allowed to. But yeah, I do have a lot of years of experience in fashion and luxury, so yes. So the very first trend, and I had to put this one first because it came up so many times, is white on white. This was in almost every single designer's collection that I looked at for fall winter. There was always a white on white look, and for that I have put it as the #1 trend here. And honestly, I am really happy about this trend because obviously I like wearing light colors and I like wearing white. So if I can continue to wear that into the next season, great news. But the thing about white on white is that it's so easy to style. It's one of the easiest trends to follow because all you have to do is, you know, maybe find a cute white pair of boots, so maybe something like this, pair it with, I don't know, a white skirt. Doesn't have to be pleated, it could be, you know, any white skirt, and then just do it with a white top, maybe a button down. I mean, anything. It's so easy. Just pick like 3 white things in your closet and just pair them together. The white doesn't have to match exactly either, but there is something about a white on white look that instantly looks put together. And I wrote down some of the designers' collections that I saw this on for this upcoming season. There are so many, okay. Rachel Comey, Off-White, Marc Jacobs, Commission, Tommy Hilfiger, IRL, Alabama Shannon, Saint Laurent, Dion Lee, Rachel Allegra, Boss, Judy Turner, Balmain, Peter Doe, Christian Dior, Givenchy, Elie Saab, Hermes, C, Jonathan Simke, Ulla Johnson. All of them had white on white looks, and that's not even, I mean, that's just like the best ones that I saw, but there were still so many more. Everybody did white on white. It was just crazy, but yes. The next trend is oversized coats, and especially oversized wrap style coats. This is a trend that will be continuing. We've seen this already, but that's great because that means that we can feel confident in buying things that will last in our closet and buying classic styles that we can get more use out of from years to come. And not only that, this is one that I would definitely recommend investing in. You will get so much use out of it. Obviously, the coat is the piece that you're going to pair with every single outfit, and the first piece that people see when they see you. And say in the wintertime you're going to meet up with someone and you have this really cute outfit on, but you have your jacket on over top of it, and that's actually the first thing that they see. Or sometimes you're too cold and you don't even take your jacket off, so just have a chic coat on top of it. And the wrap style was the one that I saw really come up a lot, and I have an example to show you. It's this one from Zara. So you can invest, or you don't have to. You can go to the high street for this trend as well. This one I got last year at Zara. This is a perfect example of the type of style. It has this nice collar here, and it's an elongated collar, so it really gives a nice feminine shape. And then it comes in at the waist with a tie belt style, which gives you a nice little feminine waist shape here. And also it's just a little bit more elegant. And this one I have here in like a beige neutral tone because that's easy to pair with so many different other outfits. So that one was from Zara last fall. I found it right at the beginning of the season in the store, and they will for sure bring something out like that this year too, so definitely be on the lookout for it. But yeah, this was one that we saw all over the place. There I saw it on Rachel Comey, Lacoste, Tommy Hilfiger, Max Mara, which love their coats. They're really expensive, but I mean, they're great coats, and sometimes you can find a lot of high street dupes. Undercover, Balmain, C, Rag & Bone, etc. Just a lot of them. The next trend is midi skirts, and this is another one that we can be confident is continuing. I wasn't really sure if this one was going to be a trend that would keep going or not, but it really seems like it is because there were a lot of midi skirts. There were ones that were brightly colored, there were ones that were pleated, there were sweater material ones, there were more straight ones made of silk, ones made of plaid, just all kinds. The point is just like a little midi skirt, and this is such a great style because it's a nice way to like look a little bit more feminine and just kind of elevate the outfit a little bit more than wearing pants. And also you can be very warm under a midi skirt because especially if you pair it with like a pair of knee-high boots, you can wear like tights under it or leggings or thermals, something where you're actually going to keep yourself warm and nobody will know. So it's a really good easy way to do that. Wide leg slash flare pants are the next trend. So by now I think we all know that skinny jeans are out and it's now about the flare. So the flare's coming back. To me, it just reminds me of like middle school, high school days before the skinny jean was a trend. We all wore those like bell-bottom jeans. They were more low-rise then, so at least they're high-waisted now, unless, you know, Gen Z tries to change that. But for the most part, all these designers were showing high-waisted versions, and it looks really good, and it can actually be a really flattering way to make you look like you have really long legs. So I actually really like this trend. There were some styles that were more like a business casual look, so something that you could wear to work paired with a nice top, or there were some that were in that shape that were more of like a loungewear look. So also we're going to see that shape filter into our, you know, at-home look, so into our sweatpants now being like, you know, maybe a little bit more of a flare or a wide leg look. I'm here for it. I think that it's nice. I think that sometimes like the skinny jeans was a little bit not always as flattering and sometimes hard to style, and it really depended on like the fabric of the jean and everything. So I think that this is great and it's exciting, and I saw so many great examples of these and I just cannot wait to wear them. So yeah. Another trend for this 2021 fall season is tweed, and I was really hoping that we would see tweed. Chanel is obviously the queen of tweed, and we did see it on their fall winter 2021 ready to wear collection, but we also saw it in a lot of other designers as well, which leads me to believe that we might see more tweed options coming to the high street, which is really fun. I think a really nice tweed blazer or a tweed jacket is really chic. I know that we can kind of tend to think of tweed as a little bit more grandma-y, but it can look really cool if you do like a tweed jacket with like a pair of, say, like straight leg jeans that are like ripped or something at the knee, so it's like balances it out like the grandma and the cool. I do the same thing when I wear like a big like oversized collar. I'll pair it with like, you know, like a cut-off short or something just to like balance it out, and it's like, okay, she's doing the trend. It's a little weird, but also she's cool. But tweed is great. I think it's a little bit more feminine, a little bit more girly, a little bit more elevated than the plaid that we typically see in a lot of fall styles. Plaid is also nice, it's cozy, but you know, tweed is just a little bit more feminine, also cozy, just a different style. And yeah, excited to see this hopefully pop up a little bit more on the high street, and I'll definitely be trying to incorporate some pieces into my closet. There were also a lot of cape coats in the collections this year, which I have been waiting to happen. A cape coat with, especially, well, really only I guess if it's styled the right way, like a cape coat with a short dress or a mini skirt and some knee-high boots and maybe like a little hat is such an adorable shape. It makes you look like you have long legs but you're covered on top. It's super, super chic. And in the last 2 years, it's been so hard to find anything like this. I remember Zara did one cape coat, but it just wasn't right. And so I'm like, no, like Zara, don't think that we didn't like it. Like, just change the style, like do more of them. So I'm really hoping that because so many designers like Max Mara, Gucci, Boss, Valentino, Gabriella Hearst all did cape coats, that we will see more cape coat options on the more affordable level this year. And also, since this one is so new and really I haven't seen a lot of people walking around on the streets with it yet, honestly I didn't even want to put this one in here because I'm like, I want to be the trendsetter with this one. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, since it's so new, if you do this, you will for sure be a trendsetter and you'll get compliments and people will be asking you where you got that or, you know, whatever. So just, yeah, get a cape coat, style it cute. I'll definitely be doing that. And yeah, especially in like the more neutral tones, because you can pair it with more things and I don't know, it just can be really cute. All right, the next one is white tights, and I saw this a little bit, but I was kind of hoping to see it more. We'll see. This one I'm like not 100% sure if it will be a trend, but it's one that I subconsciously, just because I love the feminine girly styles, really want to be a trend. White tights to me remind me of Gossip Girl, total Blair Waldorf, when she is in the ice skating scene and she has that cute little beret on and the mini skirt and the white tights and she's skating in Central Park. Loved that look. White tights remind me of very like, just like a sophisticated, classy look, but also very girly. And it's kind of hard because I feel like if you were to do like white tights with like a little pink skirt and everything was super girly, then it would be like, I don't know, I feel like if I were walking around the street, people would think that I was like 16 or like that I was very young. but I think that if you can do this the right way and make it chic, it can be really cool. And it's also a really nice alternative for black tights, which are so overdone. I feel like it's such a cop-out to put on a black tie. Yes, we know it looks good, we know that it works with everything, but it's also like just very overdone. So I feel like a white tight can be a really cool way to just, you know, change that up. And I've seen, even just like on my Pinterest, I feel like I've seen a lot of cool white tight looks. I'll put some up on the screen if I can find them. But yes, I was really hoping that this would happen. Who did I see it on? It was Rue Agthonis, which is, I think, one of my new favorite designers now. When I was looking, like, out of all of the designers, even out of like Chanel, Dior, Celine, all of them, I liked hers, I think, the best, and I was the most impressed, which I haven't really heard of her, you know, as much, so I think that's really cool. But her, Commission, Ashley Williams, Nomia, Prue Goldschmidt, Calvin Luo, and Fendi. Fendi I feel like is more predictable, that maybe there would be one that would do a white tight. But yeah, white tights. Trend number 8 now, I think we're on 8, is the knee-high boot. And I think this one's a little bit obvious as well, but maybe not so much, because only a couple years ago it was the over-the-knee boot that was the trend. That was the type of style of boot to go with. But now we're back to knee-high. So just below the knee is where they cut off. These ones that I showed you, these are the only ones that I have out because we're still in summertime right now. These are my white ones. Obviously like a white or an off-white, a beige, a tan, a brown, a black, you know, any color you want. Snake skin is cool. Just knee-high is the trend. I feel like there's always a different boot trend. Like I remember even like more years ago, it was like ankle boots, and you know, we were all wearing ankle boots, and then it was about the over the knee, and then now we're back to knee high. And it's crazy how trends change. But yeah, I love this knee high trend because coming back to the midi skirt trend, you can easily pair it under midi skirts. Also with mini skirts, it's really cute. I love doing a little mini skirt with, I like to do sheer tights because I like to be warm. And but you know, great places to look for knee-high boots are, I like looking at Sam Edelman. I just like looking directly at their collections because I know that they always have good ones. And then also each year Nordstrom has a lot of really great knee-high boot options, and they always sell out very quickly at the beginning of the season, so definitely look early on and get them quick before they sell out. Now to talk about the next trend, which is feathers. And this is like a very fun glam trend, especially around celebrations, holidays, New Year's, your birthday. Just, yeah, it's like a little fun celebration, not like everyday trend, but instead of like sequins or glitter, just like do a feather. But it's a really fun way to get dressed up. Just do like, even if I saw feathers on like, whether it was a sleeve detail, on a collar, as a skirt, as a top. I even have like a little feather hair clip that I'll definitely be wearing just to be a part of this trend. But ooh, a feather handbag too. I saw like, I know Loeffler Randall does like the feather handbags. That could be really cute. I realized I actually don't really own that much feather right now besides my one hair clip. So that'll be something that I'll for sure be looking for. Definitely on the high street though. Feathers in designer feathers can actually become very expensive. So the high street is a fine place to find them, and especially if it's for an occasion thing like a holiday party. Well, depending on, you know, what happens with this year, who knows, you know, in 2021 if we'll be having those. But, you know, just generally, you know, feathers can be really cute, and they can be white feathers, they could be pink feathers, they can be lots of different colors, and yeah, just a fun trend. And then the last trend number 10 that I wanted to tell you about is the Borg trend. And this was something that we saw last year, and it'll definitely be continuing in coats, boots, even some like tops and stuff. Mostly a lot of in jackets. So when we get especially into the colder months, just wrapping up in some Borg. There were so many Borg coats. I mean, this was one of the ones that I saw the most, just like the white on white. It was like second to that was like Borg coats. And it doesn't have to be a full Borg coat. Sometimes it's just like the lining or like a stripe up the side is Borg, or there's like a Borg sleeve detail, a Borg collar detail, anything like that. And I feel like this is a really fun trend because it's a cozy trend. Like, I don't know, just getting bundled up in like a big Borg coat is, and just like with a cup of hot chocolate or something. I don't know, I just feel like it's one of those warmer, cozier trends, and one that's easy to find, easy to replicate on the high street. I have one coat right now from Topshop, before Topshop went down, I think, that is like a white one, and I've got so much use out of that, and I think that's my only Borg style actually, so that'll be something that I'll for sure be looking for this year. And then I'm still on the hunt for the perfect winter boots, so maybe one with like a little Borg detail peeking out would be really cute as well, but we shall see. All right, and then if you're still here, little bonus trend number 11. I wasn't even sure about putting this one in, but it's skirts over pants. Probably not something that I will be attempting to try out or follow really, because I'm not as adventurous and when it comes to dressing in that way, but it was something I saw kind of a couple times, so I don't know, just something I'm keeping in the back of my head. Definitely not one that I think is like that exciting or will really catch on that quickly, just because it's not practical. But maybe if you saw like, you know, some really fashiony, or like around Fashion Week, if you saw people walking around with that, maybe just know like, oh, that's the trend. Okay, that is cool. But you know, not something that you actually have to do yourself. Some of these trends we can just appreciate from afar. Alright, so that is it. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed these trends, and just, well, you know, if this video was helpful at all, take into, you know, account maybe when you're shopping, or think of it in the back of your head, I don't know. I for sure will be, but at the same time, as I said in I think a couple videos ago, these are just trends, and it's always best not to let ourselves be dictated by trends, but instead have our own personal sense of style. So that's kind of what I did here, was just thinking about, okay, obviously there's so many other trends that are going to be for fall winter 2021 that I didn't mention, but these are the ones that are more within that style that I know that I like, you guys kind of like as well. So that's why I focused on these ones. But I don't know, fashion is fun. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and definitely don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the Fashion Squirrel over on Instagram, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.